So I took 3 different trades on the TRON Tether US cryptocurrency pair, which is popularly known as the TRX USDT pair. So the TRON is pegged against the Tether US. The Tether US USDT actually is pegged against the US dollar, which means the value is relatively the same as that of the US dollar. It doesn't really fluctuate that much. So which is like the dollar in the cryptocurrency world. So I had 3 different profit targets here. First one is at this level, 0.3242. The second profit target is 0.2958, and the third is at 0.2683 here. My stop is just above this bearish order block, which is serving as a resistance. So I've been watching this for quite some time, so let me take you back to how things have played over the last few weeks or months. So this the bearish order block started somewhere around here. You see how this came to be more clearly on the weekly time frame, which is what I use to do my so I use the weekly time frame to set up my drawings on the charts. So if you see the way price has moved, I have a trend line here. I'm not following that trend line for now anyway. Price has moved along that trend line, or above that trend line rather, to test this bearish order block. Let's come down at some point, but somewhere along the line, price broke that trend line to the downside, as you can see. That was before the beginning of this year. So shortly after this year began, sometime in February, price came to a point where another order block was formed. So I drew this order block, in this case a bullish order block, which is acting as a support. So the lowest level of price before this current time, in this case here, is 0.2683. You can see that 2683. So I have my blue arrow, my blue line there to show that level. So it is 0.2682 approximately. So to help me know where I could target my highest level of profit. So that, I think this was sometime around sometime early in February anyway. So so this bullish order block has prevented price from breaking to the downside, has allowed price to go up all the way from that early February, as you can see, up to this current time here in May. You see how price went up to that point. So I could have taken I could have looked for opportunities just before price hit this bearish order block, somewhere around here below. This particular long green candle actually touched the bottom part of the bearish order block rather, but there was no sign of a change in price thereafter, which would have been another red candle, or rather a bearish candle, to show either engulfing pattern or harami pattern, as the case may be, or even inverted hammer or pin bar. So price went up to this point. So just before the middle of this bearish order block, I saw what I was actually looking out for. I could have waited till maybe towards the end of the other block, that's the top part of it. But what I needed to see was actually formed within the other block as we have here. Let me zoom in a bit. Let me zoom in a bit. So if you look at the full body of this red candle here and the green candle before it, I'm not talking about the shadow of the wick, the shadows of the wicks, just the full body of the candles themselves. You see that the red candle completely overshadows the green candle. So this is a bearish harami, rather this is a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. And following this rally in price, I can see, at least I can see a fair value gap here in between this point and this point. There's a space there to show imbalance of price. I'm not sure if I can see any one more, but I have that to show FVG, the fair value gap there. That imbalance of price tells me that price is likely going back downwards, coupled with this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern as I've mentioned earlier, and this bearish order block within which that candlestick pattern was formed. That tells me that there's a likelihood of price going to the downside, which has made me to forecast a short trade here. I set my stop just above that bearish order block at 220 pips as at the level of price of 0.3723. So with entry at 0.3503, that gives me a reward to risk ratio of about 3.73 for the overall profit, which is the top profit target of 0.2683 price level. So I've mentioned the first two profit targets before now. I'm using this blue line below, just before the bottom part of this bullish order block here, as the limit of where price will get to as it goes down, as it has not gone below that since February this year. So I'm using the daily time frame, and I need to watch out for how this plays out. It's going to be a long trade. It's going to be a long time in this trade, depending on how things play out. Because the last time price came down low to that level, I'm hoping to get to, for the final profit target here was early in February this year. That was about 4 months ago or so, or 3 months ago. April, March, February. So that was about 3 months ago. So let's see how things go. This is how I do my own trading. I use the daily time frame. So this way I don't get to miss quality trades. It might take a longer time for things to play out, but I just have to see how this works out. So I've used at least 3 of my confluences I usually watch out for to enter a trade. In this case, a short or a sell trade. So win or lose, however this trade plays out, it's fine by me because I followed my rules. So it doesn't matter how things go, whether they go in the favor of the direction of my trade or not. So actually what I'm sharing with you here is what I do myself. I'm not telling you what I don't do. So 820 pips is the total of my target for profits, for the top profit level here. So basically what I do here is, what I'm sharing here with you is what I do, it's what I practice. I don't show you what I don't do. So I'll show you one of my accounts where I took the trade yesterday for this crypto pair. So it's a small account I have here. The other accounts I wanted to take the trade didn't have this currency, this cryptocurrency pair. So it's a small account, as I said. You can see currently everything is in the negative, so but it doesn't really matter. It's just discipline and the patience to wait for how things plays out really matters at this point in time. So for each of the trades, my fee is just $0.15. The fee as what I paid to enter the trade. So just $0.15, as you can see there. So if this trade doesn't go in my favor, for the first one, I think I'll lose about, as for the first profit target, I lose about $2 or so. For the second one, okay, so just about the same thing, the same stop loss for all of them. If the trades don't go in my favor, I'll lose about $2 on each of them. So that's about $6 or $6 plus out of this $7 I have on this account right now. So that's just it, guys. So you can see the time when I entered each of the trades. It's like 14:04 here. So sometime yesterday afternoon, 14:05, 14:05, 56, 05:27. So that was my first trade. It was the stop loss of the same stop loss for all of them, 0.37230. So I was targeting this level, just as I've mentioned on the charts. So these are the profit targets respectively, but the stop loss is the same for all of them regardless. So just to be able to take advantage of the different profit levels should price get to all of them. So sometimes what happens, sometimes price doesn't get to all the profit targets. Sometimes they get to only the first, sometimes they get to only the first two, and sometimes they get to all three of them. And sometimes you don't even get them to get to all the targets, rather everything just hits the stop at once. So as I said earlier, regardless of what the outcome of the trade is, it's still a win for me because I followed my rules to the letter. So I just watch out for how this plays out over the next coming weeks or months, depending on how long and how price decides to behave for this particular cryptocurrency pair over time. So keep trusting, guys, and let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you got value from this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the bell icon to subscribe to this channel for more of the valuable videos like this. Also like and share for others who might be interested in content like this. Many thanks. Cheers.